Washington football team to beat the Lions. Because every time betting the Lions, they lose. And then sure enough, they won yesterday. They made a 60-yard field goal to win.
Of course.
Did you? I don't usually watch football, but I had it on last night when I was doing some work on the couch. Did you see the end of that Sunday Night Football game?
Yeah.
Score? Dude, that song was crazy the last couple of minutes. I was like, oh, man. That was nuts. Oh, okay. I think we got some folks coming in. Somebody say something so I know you're here. I see 6 at least.
I didn't even know we were live.
We are live. That's why we're called Be Live. Be Live.
Oh, I didn't even know. My bad.
Dude, we're less than 3. I bought my plane ticket for Florida last night.
Oh, that's good.
Yep. Not gonna be there very long. It kind of stinks. As soon as I bought my plane ticket, I'm like, I should go down Thursday night and just get a hotel room for Thursday night too.
Dude, we'll find room for you to cram in that small. Or is your dad gonna be with you too? Though?
Yeah, dude, we'll figure it out. I'll come and crash. That'd be good.
Oh my god!
I'd rather be there Thursday than just be Friday.
We're gonna be there all week.
We might have to talk. Yeah, that might have to happen.
Yeah, let's chat. I can change rooms too. I thought about changing because I told you how small that room is. I thought about going back to Old Key West.
I can sleep on the floor. I mean, just
you want to stay at Old Key West though.
Oh, dude, you know that. But I mean, I'm not having to change anything. I was bringing a sleeping bag or something.
Sleep on the couch.
Just sleep on your floor.
See, I'm not used to DVC. Like at Pop Century, there is no couch. There's the wood and there's the beds.
There's the couch bed and then there's the chair bed too.
There is.
That's still.
Emily would have the couch bed. You could have the chair bed.
Yeah. And I don't think anybody's coming with me. I don't know. Well, it depends if my dad decides to come. I don't know if he's coming or not.
I thought he was. Okay.
Well, I don't know. I didn't even think about it until after, I was meeting him at the election, and dude, my dad's 67. I didn't even think about him as being old. And I'm like, dude, you're kind of old.
I get it.
All right, now that's probably not a smart move.
I don't know. But I would love him to be there because he hooks all this stuff up, and then I wouldn't have sweat bullets because I'm terrible at that stuff. So, but I mean, I also don't want getting sick just because I sweat bullets.
Yes.
Okay, let's answer questions. That's why we're here. Okay. Oh, dude, this is episode 1800. Holy shit.
Oh, nice.
Get your barking out of here. Get.
It's not my dog.
Sorry about that.
Oh, that was
my dog.
Make sure she doesn't bark, Mallory.
I didn't hear
it. I didn't even pick up anything. I didn't even hear it.
Come here, Barky. Let's go.
Put the dog out of here. Okay, let's do
Come here.
1800. Here we go.
It is 200 to go, and then it's end of the road, just like Boys to Men.
Oh my god. What?
Although we go.
I remember that was the last song they played at project graduation for my high school graduation. It was so sad. Crying, everybody was in a big circle.
Yeah,
and you could have your arms around people and not kill your neighbor.
Yeah.
Do you remember what movie that song was from? It's from the Boomerang soundtrack.
Oh, dude, I never seen that.
It's from what?
The Boomerang soundtrack.
Oh my gosh, nope.
Yeah, that movie.
Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, I knew it was Eddie Murphy.
Motown Philly back again.
That's not Eddie Murphy.
It's not? Okay, let's do this.
No. Oh my gosh.
All right, everybody's wishing it's 1800. We're not even going to get going. We better get going or so we can do this. Okay, let's make it official. Welcome to episode 1800 of the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. I'm your host, Mike Rallman from BeOurGuestPodcast.com. And one of the senior agents over at the Magic for Less Travel. Happy Wednesday to you. Hope you are doing well. Looks like most places in the country this week, we're having a little decent stretch where you might be able to get outside, go on a hike, take a walk, and hopefully you're taking the show right with you wherever you're going. I know a lot of folks probably this time of year raking leaves. We moved about a year ago now, and we got smart. Our old house had all these trees and all these gigantic oak leaves, which was just a battle from October until early December. I mean, that is what we did every weekend. The new house, one little Charlie Brown tree, doesn't have many leaves. They all blew away in one storm into the neighbor's yard, and we're done. That's the best part about moving. No leaves and no trees above the gutters either. That was a big old mess. So hopefully where you are, you're not chasing leaves, but I bet some folks are. So hang in there. It's almost time to put up the Christmas tree and all that stuff. Christmas lights, man, a couple weeks you'll probably be hanging off gutters and daredevil feats to make your house look awesome. So anyway, nothing to do with Disney, but let's have some fun. This lady just got back from Disney, and we're talking about Ricky from over at the mouseforless.com. Welcome home, Ricky. I was tracking you on Find My Friends last night, just verifying you were going to make it back for the show recordings. And I saw you trucking through southern Georgia on Interstate 75. So glad you're back.
You know, it really scares me that you watch me on Find My Friends.
I mean, it's better than a text, right? I mean, it's like, well, you think Ricky's going to, oh yeah, she's in southern Georgia. She's moving north. Yeah, I don't have to text her. She'll be home
she's
tomorrow.
fine. She's good. Yeah. I don't know what to say about that. That might be a little weird.
Is it though? I mean, it used to be weird because you had to send out like the request, right? That was weird when you'd be like, Mike Rallman wants to know where you are.
Yeah, that's true.
But I mean, it's the world we live in nowadays. I think it's not such a big deal. It's easier than texting.
I guess it is. It's kind of, I feel kind of like your kid in that regard. Like, you know, you're watching me like you'd be watching like Mallory or Paige or something.
I do that as well. Yes, I do that. Yeah.
So I don't know how I feel about this. So it's kind of weird.
All right. So we are going to talk about your trip on Friday's podcast, all the holiday happenings, all the cupcakes.
Yes.
All the, sippers.
Lots of snacks. Lots of, yes.
I can't wait less than 3 weeks, dude. I'll be eating my way like 48 hours, just like Cookie Monster.
Yes, correct. Yes.
I'm working out my jaw as we speak. Oh, mandibles. All right. Also joining us, Pam is still down at Walt Disney World having a good time. Actually, she's probably traveling back as we record right now. So we have your friend and mine from the mitten. We don't know if it's the left mitten or the right mitten, but we have hashtag Scotty G. What's up, Scott?
It's the lower mitten is what I would call it here in Michigan. Hey, happy to be back. As always, it's a pleasure to be here, really, truly, and happy to be here. And I can never step up to be as great as Pam Forster, but I'm always happy to be a pitch hitter for her.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
She's awesome. And we love having you as well. Michael here in the live chat. We always record live on Mondays around 5:45 Eastern. So hop on in next week. A little, kick off Thanksgiving like 3 days early here in the States. Michael says he saw me in the SEC commercial this past weekend. Big time. That's right. I can wear a Mizzou jersey with a dog and go number one with the best of them. I'm in that commercial for like a quarter of a second, but that will be like my claim to fame when I'm gone. I'll be like, I was in that one SEC commercial that starts off with a rocking chair. And it plays some cool song that I now have on Apple Music. I don't even know who sings it. But anyway, let's hop into the questions. Whitney's got a question from down in Memphis, Tennessee. Hey, quick question for our upcoming trip. This is a good one for Scott, I think, because you were just there. We are staying at Caribbean Beach Resort for one night. Actually, Ricky, too.
Yes.
Before moving to Bay Lake Tower. And we're wondering about the Skyliner to Epcot. It seems like, depending on what building we're staying in at Caribbean Beach, it'd be quicker to walk over to the Riviera and take the Skyliner to Epcot from there rather than walk to Caribbean Beach's station and transfer at Riviera. Is that correct? Are Caribbean Beach guests allowed to walk to the Riviera and use the Skyliner station? Is it a long walk? I'm thinking of requesting a room in Martinique for this reason. Thanks and love the podcast, Whitney. All right, Scott. So I'll ask both of you, but Scott, what would you do though? They're at Caribbean Beach and they're trying to get over to Epcot. Where would you hop the Skyliner?
I would still get on Caribbean Beach because you don't have to transfer when you get over to Riviera. So you could just relax and stay on your gondola, then head over to Epcot. If you walk over to Riviera, then you might have to wait for, because not everyone is going to be empty. That's going to Epcot, and they're not going to sit you with another group right now due to COVID. So it could take longer to get on at Riviera. So I would just get on Caribbean personally.
Yeah, I think I would too, because you just got to, we're staying on, going on. Now, my question is, if you get on at Riviera heading to Epcot, I mean, they do pull. I mean, they're not all going to be full. You're not in a situation like, I'm trying to think, what would be something akin to that, where you're waiting for like an empty. Right. You don't have to wait for that at Riviera, would you? Or no?
Sometimes maybe and I don't think you would run into it right now because, we're not at full capacity or anything. We're not talking like New Year's Eve or anything like that. But I could see that down the road being an issue if you're waiting to get on Riviera. Then you got all these Epcot. I mean, all the Caribbean Beach gondolas coming through that are full of people. They might even just go every fifth one to keep open just for that instance to have someone waiting at Riviera to get on. But I think it would just be easier to get on Caribbean Beach personally.
What about you, Ricky? I mean, it's an easy walk. I mean, it's not a far walk. It definitely considering the walking you're going to be doing at Epcot anyhow. I mean, it's a quick walk.
Actually, my suggestion was going to be to go to the Riviera. I actually looked at this walk literally just a couple days ago, and it, depending on what room you are in, it actually is much quicker to walk to the Riviera than it would be to walk to the Skyliner station at Caribbean Beach. So I would say if you're in that section, that side, I would head over to the Riviera, honestly. So unless you're headed to Hollywood Studios, then I go, over to the Caribbean Beach one. But if you're just heading to Epcot, yeah, take the one at the Riviera. It's just as fine. So yeah, the walk is probably comparable. Let's put it that way. So.
And she's only there one night. I was gonna say try it one morning at each.
Yeah.
The thing is, you're gonna see a bigger line at Caribbean Beach just because there's more guests going that way, and you have the transfers at Caribbean Beach coming from Pop and Art.
Sure.
So you are gonna have longer lines at Caribbean Beach. But yeah, either way, I don't think it's gonna make or break. 10 minutes, probably plus or minus.
Right.
All right, let's get to the next question. It is from Rachel. Hey, Mike, we're heading to the parks in 2 weeks. Woohoo! On our Animal Kingdom Day, when would you say is the best time to hit Avatar Flight of Passage? I've been trying to watch the trends, and it seems like rope drop may not be the best time anymore. If anyone has been there lately and can let us know when the wait times seem to drop the most, that would be great. I have some newbies traveling with me and don't want to miss it. Thanks so much. On another note, I wanted to give a huge thank you to you, Ricky and Pam, for making 2020 a great year. What? 2020 was a great year?
What?
Hang on. We got a little email here. Yes, it was for me. I was able to visit Walt Disney World in January with my daughter and sister before everything shut down. Shortly after March, I found the Be Our Guest podcast. It was in all honesty, the first podcast I had ever listened to ever.
Wow. That's
For,
awesome.
I mean, no like Reply All or any of those, NPR podcasts or whatever. Us. And they're still listening to podcasts. That's shocking. I quickly found that your optimism and love of Disney helped me stay positive during those tough times, and my love of Disney grew each day. You might even say I became a little obsessed. Haha. How wonderful it is to immerse myself in Walt Disney World podcasts, magazines, movies, and Instagram accounts in order to escape to a fantasy world of happiness with no politics, no worries, and no coronavirus. When you started to get the bug to visit over the summer, I was right there with you. I'd already been chatting with my friend who's a Disney travel agent and had put the bug in my ear, and I had put the bug in her ear that I was ready. The problem was talking my husband and grouchy teen son into going. My teen daughter is always in for Walt Disney World, no matter what. After showing the boys the YouTube videos of the parks and telling them all I had learned from the Be Our Guest podcast community, we booked our trip and went the first week of August. It was an incredible vacation and such a wonderful bonding experience. Even though the four of us were at home together, we didn't seem to be spending much quality time together. I think we can all relate to that.
Yeah.
Walt Disney World did the trick and gave us plenty of laughs, smiles, and magic moments, and my love for Disney grew once again. Since our August trip, I've been still tuning in and am even able to catch the live shows once in a while. I absolutely love the tips and tricks you all share, and it always fills my heart to listen. I found a minimum of 10 other Disney-related podcasts that I follow, but BOG is the only one I listen to consistently and look forward to every time a new one is recorded.
Oh.
There's a lot of great other Disney podcasts, so listen to them. But I do. That's what I listen to every morning when I'm running. But yeah, we appreciate that. Each day I drive to Rinalda House and Gardens, which is a beautiful venue near my home in North Carolina, and I walk the wooded trails while listening. God, sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sad when I'm all caught up on the latest Be Our Guest episodes and then need to listen to one or of my other not so favorite ones. You guys truly know your stuff and always up to date on what is happening. You are appreciated so much. She has a couple other paragraphs here. A couple of months ago, one of my girlfriends from high school said we needed to plan our annual girls trip this fall and mentioned that even with COVID, we should be able to find a safe destination. Take a wild guess where we're headed. Yep. Walt Disney World in 2 weeks, which is related to my question above. When my family traveled in August, I knew more about the current status at Walt Disney World than my travel agent did, thanks to the Be Our Guest podcast. I could solve that for you, but that's another thing. So this time I contacted the Magic for Less, and I'm excited to be working with Jocelyn. There we go. Jocelyn.
There we go.
Nice.
I've been to Walt Disney World many times in my life, but I always use a specialist who knows the most up-to-date info and can give that sense of security in booking a trip. I'm so excited to show my friends why I love Walt Disney World so much. 2 of them have never been there before. I've tweaked our ADRs and I hear of new favorites from your crew and put together the best plan of attack for getting to and from the parks, thanks to the Our Guest podcast community. And I've left plenty of space for downtime to just relax and enjoy all the details in the parks that your team has shared with us. And she just continues with a little thank you. So I really appreciate that, Rachel. That's really, really awesome. Jocelyn will definitely take great care of you. Enjoy the other podcasts. We do not mind. We're not like, gotta listen to us and nobody else, because I've listened to two other Disney podcasts just this morning, and I enjoyed them thoroughly. But, what was the question? Question was about Flight of Passage.
Avatar. Yeah.
Right. So, Scott, you were just there, and Ricky, you were just there. So give your feedback. I mean, is it a rope drop thing? I guess if you're ahead of the crowd, like if you're at the very front, I would do Flight of Passage. But if you're not, maybe not.
What I like to do, and this has just been my strategy lately, because I've been working when I'm at Walt Disney World, like taking half days and then going to the park for the second half. Like, I notice a big dip in the crowds once you get to closing time, especially at Animal Kingdom. I've really been seeing that. So I would say I would shoot for end of day to do Flight of Passage. I think just everyone's kind of tired from being there for the day. Maybe take a break yourself if you're planning to be there at first thing in the morning. But I really would suggest end of day. And I just want to say that was an awesome email that you shared about the podcast. That was really great to hear. And Jocelyn is definitely going to take care of your travels.
Absolutely. So end of day, and I hear that too, that a lot of people, especially Animal Kingdom, kind of bail out before the park closes. Ricky, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I was kind of thinking the same thing, to be honest, because everybody is going to Animal Kingdom first thing, just like they used to do back in the day. When I was there this week, the park opened at 7 a.m. So everybody was hitting the park early because of that. So with such an early opening time, by the time the park closes it closes early too. So it closes at like 7, but by the time you hit that last hour and a half or so, people are done. They are cutting out and going, grabbing dinner, that kind of stuff. So I would absolutely maybe consider waiting and doing Flight of Passage at the very end of the day.
All right. Sounds good. I'll top into the live chat questions here. And Jamie says, how early before park opening would you line up for the Skyliner at Pop Century for rope drop? So I think it depends. And I think it's going to be better now than it was before this Rise of the Resistance boarding group system got reworked. If you want to be there, again, it's just how early do you want to be at the park? I like to get there, I'm an early bird. Like, again, my philosophy is if you're 5 minutes, I'd rather be an hour early than 5 minutes late. That's just how I was brought up. That's how I do things. How early before park opening would you line up for the Skyliner at Pop for rope drop? If you want to be in the park for rope drop or be ahead of the crowds, I would go 60 to 90 minutes before the Skyliner opens. But that's a sacrifice because you're wasting 60 or 90 minutes of the morning. That's 60 or 90 minutes you either can't run in the morning or sleep. Ricky probably sleep. I don't know, maybe get a mobile order breakfast and eat it while you're sitting out if it's a nice day. But if it's raining, who wants to do that? If the weather's not great, if it's chilly. I don't. What would you say, Scott? I'm being kind of probably over aggressive on how early to get there.
I would still say 60 minutes, but I'm very curious to see what's going to happen with the new boarding pass structure. Like if you're trying to get in at 7 a.m. and then you already got your boarding pass, maybe you don't want a rope drop. That could eliminate a lot of people being there super early for the Skyliner. I would still go 60 minutes though to be on the safe side for sure.
But go ahead. I hear what you're saying though, but what about Mickey and Minnie's and then Toy Story Land? Because I still want to be rope dropping every park that I can. But I think that's just like the last decade of Walt Disney World in my blood, right? Mm-hmm. You want to be ahead of the crowd. And I think, we saw this past weekend, Mickey and Minnie's was like 90 minutes. Yeah. I don't want that.
And I agree, but I think most people want to get there for the boarding group, which now that you can do it, I say remotely where you don't have to be in the theme park, that's not going to eliminate 100% of the people by any means, but it might reduce some of the capacity in that line at Pop Century.
Ricky, you were just there this past weekend. What do you think? You were at the studio too.
I was, however, I definitely didn't get there for rope drop. I didn't make any park for rope drop. So, if you really want to make sure, I guess, that 60-minute window is probably the best to line up. But
what's funny is that once you're on that Skyliner, you're over there 10 minutes. Because you have to transfer though. Remember, if you're at Pop Century, you got to transfer at Caribbean Beach. So you got to get out of line and get back in.
Yeah, that's true. But still, it's super quick to get over there.
Let me ask you this. I saw people discussing this, Ricky. This is a good question for you because this applied to you. I saw somebody talking about this in the Discord server earlier today with this question. And they were asking if anybody had tried to get a boarding group for Rise of the Resistance while not staying on property, but being down in Central Florida, and the success rate on that. Now, the guests that I've had travel that have been on site, everybody has gotten a boarding group from their hotel.
Except me.
Everybody that I've talked to has gotten one. Now,
except me.
Were you in a hotel?
I was.
You were on site. Okay, I forgot because I thought maybe you were off site.
No, I was in Caribbean Beach at the time. And I still didn't get it. So, and as far as like being off site, I think that as long as you really have the reservation, you have the ability to potentially get a boarding pass. So I think that that's kind of what they mean by you have to be close. I mean, you're probably going to be close by if you have a reservation. So I think that's kind of what they're opening it up to, is anybody with a reservation for that day has the ability. As far as my luck, nope, didn't get a boarding pass either time.
You don't have as many metachlorians as I do.
No, the app hates me. Absolutely. I cannot get the app to work for me every time. So I get to the join button. I push the join button. I get to choosing everybody in my party. I've chosen multiple people in my party. I've tried just me in my party. And every time I get to the end submit button to, submit my party and get the reservation, I get an error at the bottom of the screen that says, there's been an error. You can't, you can't do it. So, I don't know why. I've tried multiple times, multiple places, and I still can't get it. And then I tried again at the 2:00 drop this last time, and it didn't even open up for me. So, and I was on it at 2. So, I have zero luck with it. I'm super frustrated about the system. I absolutely, I cannot stand it. I really wish they would go a standby and just let me choose if I would like to stand in line or not. Because I just, for some reason, I cannot get a boarding pass. So, I have a lot of issues with the boarding pass process. So
I'm just curious what the geofence is. That's when, if you're a local, and you have a theme park reservation and ticket media,
you should be fine.
Be able to get it from your house. But I wonder, how far? And there, I'm just curious on the tech side of things. Scott, how far out do you think that goes? If you just had to guess, is it maybe 30 miles from the studios, or?
Yeah, I was going to say 25 to 50 miles. I mean, I know it's still kind of a big radius. What would be sweet is if you were flying from Detroit and I had a Hollywood studio reservation, an early flight, I just book it and then ride it later that night.
You should have the ability to do that. That would be I
kind of want to test it. I kind of want to test it for when I come down.
Yeah.
Yeah, because literally anywhere in the country, you're literally within striking distance of 7 a.m. of getting on the ride, say by noon. Or even if you I guess the problem would be if you hit the jackpot and you get a boarding group 3.
I know.
You're in Detroit, you're just out of luck. You're not getting there.
Yeah.
I might have to experiment this for the podcast because I'm leaving on the 27th. Yeah. So I think I'm going to change that to a Hollywood Studios day if it's available still. It might not because that's Thanksgiving week.
Oh yeah,
it's true. But then I would love to because I have an early flight. Just book it from Detroit and see what I get.
I just want people to. I just want to put it out there, so that people don't put all their hopes on I know that it's been better since they have done this and since they've kind of opened up capacity a little bit on the attraction due to having the shields that are now on blocking the rows so that the rows are separated. But I just want to put out there, don't count all your chickens on getting to ride the attraction. If you get to ride it, then that's great if you manage to get the boarding group. But I just don't want people to go in and then, like me, have issues where you wouldn't even know that you were going to have an issue until you're in the moment and then be disappointed of I can't ride, So I just want people to know, there are still issues that pop up. They keep popping up to me every single time. And so I just want people to be aware that don't bank on getting to ride it. If you do get to ride it, it's a nice bonus.
And don't say negative things about Kylo Ren like Ricky does. They
Yes,
have her.
exactly.
They know what.
I know why I'm not doing
They've
that.
zapped her device so that she can't
Yes,
log in and do it.
She gave side-eye to Baby Yoda, and that was
And then it's over. Yes,
it's the easiest way to never get a boarding group.
exactly.
Ashley says she was able to get one from offsite. She's about 25 miles from the studios.
Where's that radius we were talking about?
Well, I mean, I want to hear Detroit's in the radius now in St. Louis. Like,
yeah.
Now I'm really, I thought it'd be like 30 miles, but you're right. I mean, by a plane, literally, 90% of the country could be striking this. Okay. Cara's got a follow-up question. Here we go. For the boarding groups, does it have to be people under your Disney account, or can it be people from your friends and family list? My parents and I are on separate Disney accounts, but we are both on each other's friends and family list. So, right. If you're on friends and family, you're good to go.
Yep.
Correct. That they changed that. It's automatic.
100%.
Right?
Yep.
Cool. Okay. And actually, kind of following up with that, I promise we're not going to make this all about Rise. So Beverly's asking, with the new how the new Rise of Resistance boarding group works, is the studio still opening the gates and having other rides going quite a bit before the posted opening times? It is, right? I mean, they're still letting folks in quite a bit early, I think.
I, again, did
quite a bit. I would say 30 minutes before posted time.
I didn't get there early. The park did open, though, earlier than I thought it was going to, though, because I thought that it had a 10 o'clock opening when I was there, but it really had a 9 o'clock opening. So I think what they did is they may have bumped up the time that they open earlier.
I would say that they would, too, Mike, just because of like COVID and social distancing. You don't want to have you don't want a big bottleneck waiting to get into the park. They want to get people in and spread out instead of waiting at the gates. So I would say that they're still doing that.
I think that's probably true, too. So
right. Yeah, I would say get there early and you'll probably have good luck. I mean, at least you're in front of the crowd. You know what I'm saying? Even if they don't let you in right when you get there.
Yeah. When I know this was before they changed the boarding pass group, but when the last time I was there in Rope Drop, we rode Toy Story Mania 3 times before the park even opened. Yeah. We just kept doing it over and over. It was awesome.
God, that's awesome. All right, here's a good question. Scott, this one will be good for you because you're in the situation. Celia is asking in the live chat simply, Animal Kingdom Lodge Studio or Wilderness Lodge Copper Creek Studio for November or December?
Man, I am in that exact scenario.
That's where you are.
So I am at Animal Kingdom Lodge, but I'm going to actually choose Wilderness Lodge as the answer because there's no dining going on at Animal Kingdom Lodge at Jumbo right now. Like the Mara's not open, Boma's not open, Jico's not open. The pool is open at least, but that's about it. If you wanted some dining, you'd have to go over to Sanaa, which is great. But that can be a little bit of a hassle. Where at Wilderness Lodge, you still have the counter services open.
Whispering Canyon is open, by the way. So
Whispering Canyon is open. You have Geyser Point is open. Like you're gonna have a lot more options to do at the resort. So I would actually go with Wilderness Lodge, but both are the right answer.
Well, plus, I mean, okay, you were talking about how you're excited to be at Animal Kingdom Lodge at Christmas because it has that dark vibe and it's got it has a very unique Christmas vibe over at Animal Kingdom Lodge. But I mean, let's face it, November, December, Wilderness Lodge. I mean, come on, you got that. I mean,
very similar vibe.
But Wilderness Lodge is more Christmassy, like in a traditional sense, than an Animal Kingdom Lodge.
Yeah,
right. I mean, the big tree and stuff. I don't know. That's me. But either one is awesome. So
either one is awesome. I think just due to the limited things that you can do at Animal Kingdom Lodge, the no-brainer answer for me is Wilderness.
All right. And Jennifer reiterates she likes Pam's suggestion of having breakfast at Ale and Compass or around there and then walking over for Rope Drop. That's a great call. I mean, you get some food in your belly, good breakfast, then just walk over. Because again, I think a lot of people don't understand. Like, and I've come to like this over the last 5 years or so. Walking is not ideal, right? We'd rather ride a boat. We'd rather ride a bus. We'd rather, have something take us from point A to point B. However, the point of walking, like if you're at a boardwalk, resort or an Epcot Air resort, you control everything when you walk. You know when you're going to get there. There's no delays. There's not like you missed the sneaker, like you missed a bus or something, or the boat just took off. Like as long as you know where your sneakers are, you're good to go. And you have the ultimate control. And it's a nice walk in the morning too. It's not hot.
Yep. I actually booked a boardwalk breakfast the last time we went to the studios in the morning. And we just walked over.
Oh my gosh. So, okay. Cara's got a question. She's also down in Tennessee. Says, hey, BOGP podcast family. Our next trip is Thanksgiving 2020, 15 days to go. Actually less than that now. 10. We have an ADR for breakfast at Kona Cafe, and we're staying at Pop Century. Are the buses running to the Magic Kingdom, stopping at the TTC, or dropping people off at the Magic Kingdom? Our plan is to take a bus from the Magic Kingdom from Pop the morning of our ADR and walk to the Polynesian from Pop. Walk to the Polynesian and all coming from Pop.
Yeah, so whether they're coming from the TTC or Magic Kingdom is basically they're trying to ask, like, where they're going to walk from.
Right. So, you're going to walk from the Magic Kingdom.
Correct.
Walk. I mean, the walkway's not open yet, is it?
No, you will want to get on the monorail at that point. Or you'll want to get on the monorail.
Are the boats running? No.
You could take the big ferry boat back to the TTC.
No,
you could take the ferry over to the TTC and walk.
That's true. I think that the boat is.
I don't think the little boats are running.
I don't believe the boat is working for the Polynesian.
No, it has to be because something has to be running because the monorail is not running the Polynesian right now. So you can't take the monorail to the Polynesian. So you would have to be able to take a boat, or I bet they have a bus.
There's probably a bus running.
I think it's a bus. I mean, things could have changed since I was last there because they changed with the monorail, but like there was no boats for Polynesian. It was only for the Grand Floridian.
You'll already be at the bus station anyway, so just see if there's a bus available. I would take the bus because you're already there if you're taking the bus from Pop.
Right. Yeah. But the most important question is, what do you get at Kona Cafe for breakfast?
Yeah, that's the hard part.
I mean,
pancakes.
Well, see, I can't get the banana ones because I'm allergic to banana.
Banana.
You're talking about the Tonga toast.
Tonga toast. Yeah, I can't get that.
The macadamia pancakes are the right answer.
Correct.
It used to be the Big Kahuna. That was the best thing.
The Big Kahuna that was the jam back in the day. Oh, I missed that.
The macadamia pancakes.
Oh, I gotta say, okay, so we probably just opened up the path from the Grand Floridian to the Magic Kingdom because when it doesn't have we took that to the next level last week, right? This happens to us all the time. So did you guys pay attention to what happened last week? So last Friday, the three of us get together and we do a mobile photography podcast, right?
Yes.
And we give tips, and all these great tips and things. They're not groundbreaking, but there's things to think about on your next trip. And one of our big tips, I mean, this is big. We're like, use Google Photos, unlimited storage for free, right? Forever. Nope. As soon as we record the show, Google Photos is charging us again. I'm like, are you kidding me? Google's after us now. I mean, we make things happen.
Yes.
I saw that too, and my jaw just dropped. That was unbelievable. Like,
I was the same way. I'm like, you are kidding me. Like,
so what news do we want to know? Like, let's just start talking about it.
Exactly. Throw out the chat. What do you want to happen? We can make
and we'll answer it.
All right. Next question is from Katie. She's a kindergarten teacher in. Well, looks like her school logo is a little cardinal there. I don't know where she's from. She didn't say, but that's pretty cool. Kindergarten. And I just got to say, I've said this ever since I went into education. I taught for 17 years, sixth grade. Kindergarten teachers should be paid twice as much as any of the other elementary teachers, because when I was walking my sixth graders down the hall and I saw a kindergarten class coming at us the other way, I'd be like, turn, go. We're not going towards music anymore, Mr. Rahman. Exactly. We just want to stay away from the kindergartners because they all have their fingers up their nose. They're all like, they don't know which way. They're crashing into each other. I'm like, just turn. We'll just go the long way because kindergartners are crazy. I don't know how kindergarten teachers do it. I don't know how you would do it in today's day either on Zoom. That's an impossibility. So thank you, Katie. You're a miracle worker. Let's see. I have a question for the podcast. I love to hear everyone's opinions. First, thanks for your awesome podcast. I'm a kindergarten teacher, and you are my go-to podcast as I clean and prep for my students each day after school.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. I can't imagine the cleaning. Oh my gosh. COVID's probably not even anything in your world. You're probably always like suited up in the hazmat suit. I can't even imagine like kindergartners. Their fingers are everywhere and stuff. Oh, okay. Caribbean Beach or Grand Destino Tower for August 2021. Family of 4, 2 boys, 16 and 14. We've stayed at Caribbean Beach before, the Skyliner. So we'd love to check the Skyliner options, but are also interested in trying somewhere new and have heard great things about the tower. Thanks, Katie. All right. There's 3 of us. We got to vote. Two teenage boys, family of 4, August. So heat of the summer. Caribbean Beach, got Skyliner. Coronado Springs, got the tower. Whew.
Oof.
I got to think about this one. This is good.
I got my answer though. While you think,
right,
I'm going Caribbean Beach. I love the Skyliner, and I think that pool is a little underrated at Caribbean Beach. And I think 2 boys will have a blast at that pool. It's kind of got this cool vibe to it. It's very, boy, girl, whatever. Like, 40-year-old guy like me, like I just love that pool. It doesn't matter who you are, but I really like the Caribbean Beach pool. I think it's a little underrated. I do like the dig site though at Coronado, but I'm going to go with Caribbean Beach.
Ricky, what do you do?
I was thinking about Caribbean Beach as well. I think it's just got, with the Skyliner, just the ease of getting to Epcot and Hollywood Studios is just a game changer. So I know they stayed there before, but I think it's going to add a lot more to their vacation to have the Skyliner there.
Okay, here's my initial thoughts of this. Okay, so are you trying to make the two boys happy, or are you trying to make the two parents happy who are paying for the vacation? The parents are going to enjoy Coronado Springs more. I believe. I mean, even though you don't have the Skyliner, that tower it's like being in a deluxe hotel. It's awesome. Lots of options, lots of better, I think better dining. I think the dig site pool is equivalent to the Caribbean Beach pool. I think they're exactly like on par of each other, just different themes. But the boys would definitely like the Caribbean Beach better, I think. And you got the Skyliner. Skyliner's fun. And Skyliner's a ride. I mean, it really is. It's truly a ride to get you to the ride. So Katie didn't help you much there, but good luck with kindergartners. Again, have your principal listen, because you deserve a raise. And there it is. Oh, John in the live chat's mentioning they do have limited boats running to the Polynesian.
That's what I thought I saw. Yeah.
Thanks for that feedback. All right. Sean has a question. Hello, BOGP crew. I have a quick question for you. One, is Walt Disney World started offering tours again? For example, Keys to the Kingdom. Not yet.
No.
Let's hope. Number two, any update on when APs will be available to purchase?
No. Sorry.
I did hear that if you go to downtown Orlando and turn right at the third stoplight when it's yellow. No, just kidding. You probably don't want to buy an AP there. And he finally says, we recently became DVC members. I love the service the team at the Magic for Less Travel provides. As DVC members, how can I still utilize the Magic for Less Travel during our trips? Thanks for all you do. Sean is up in the mitten. He's a mitten.
Hey!
DVC. You guys are like
brothers.
brothers.
What I'm talking about.
I'm saying. So obviously we can't book DVC for guests because that's all through member services and so forth like that. But Scott's also DVC, and I help Scott with his trips because here's what I've learned about my DVC friends. I have lots of DVC friends because of this podcast, because you guys are the big Disney fans, right? You are in at the highest level. I've always said that, but for some reason, DVC people never tend to have enough points, and that's where I could really help you out. So, Scott, any other thoughts? Because you're DVC too.
Yep, I was raising my hand, even though this is a audio show. But that was the exact answer. I support my friends over at the Magic for Less still, because I run out of points all the time.
We love that you run out of points. It's awesome. All right. Let's see. We got another question from Ashley in the inbox live listener question. Star Wars race weekend. Hey, Mike, what can you tell me about Star Wars race weekend? We have a trip booked April 10 through 18. And I just realized Star Wars race weekend is April 16th to the 18th. Crossing our fingers.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
The only race still available to sign up for is the Run Disney Kessel Run Challenge with the Rival Run half on the 18th, plus a virtual half. I've never done an in-person race before, but I feel like this might be a sign since we already have a trip booked around the same time. Number one, do you know how the virtual half works? Is that run on your own the same weekend or ahead of time? I don't see much information on the Run Disney site for that part. Number two, is running a half at the end of an 8-day trip a bad idea? Better to extend the trip or push back a week and start with the race? Thanks for all the help. Love listening to BOGP on my morning runs, Ashley. All right. And so for the record, this came in a few days ago, and Ashley, we're talking today. She did get into the 10K race.
Oh, that's good.
Sold out, but she's doing it as a fundraiser for Give Kids the World, which
awesome.
I've done that. Emily's done that actually. Yes. 10K for Give Kids the World. That's awesome.
It is. That makes me super happy. So thank you for doing that, Ashley. Okay. Scott, talk to Ashley real quick about how a virtual half works when it comes to Run Disney virtual. Cause I mean, everything's virtual at this point so far.
Yeah. So it's basically just kind of an honor system that you're just going to go out. You're just going to go out and do the run. For Star Wars, like they do kind of have dates. I believe it actually starts at the first of the year for the Kessel Run. And the reason they do it the virtual now is because the Anaheim races have been canceled for quite a few years now. So it used to be you had to run the Disneyland Star Wars race and the Florida Star Wars race, and that would be the Kessel Run, but now they turned it to a virtual. So basically, it's just going out, running a 13.1 in your neighborhood or wherever you want to go, really. You don't have to submit any proof to Disney that you did it. They'll just they'll either just mail you the medal, or if you're actually doing like the Star Wars race, you would pick it up at the expo. I'm signed up for that too. Mike was with me when I registered for Star Wars. It was a crazy morning where we tried to get to the Skyliner on time, and we got into Hollywood Studios at 9:59 and 58 seconds.
I forgot you were doing that at the same time.
And so I was trying to get a boarding pass and register for the Star Wars race at the same time. It was a mess. And we did both. We got both in.
You should get a medal for just that right there.
Yeah.
I mean, just for that morning.
And to our other question, though, Mike, and I know you can comment on this as well. I've done both. So I've done a Princess weekend where I went down Thursday and then I went down on a Friday, and then I did the 10K and a half the next day for Princess, and then was there for the next week. That was really awesome. And then I've gone where I went down a week before and then did like the 2 races at the end of the week. I personally preferred doing it first to get it out of the way. It was really nice. My legs were fresh. Like, I was well rested. It was just nice to get that out of the way. Then you can just wear your bling all week long and show it off and just relax. Where the other way around, like, you kind of stressed out a little bit more, like, oh man, am I going to sleep in the night of that race? Like, you got all these things that you're thinking about. So I do prefer to do it at the front end.
And that's kind of one of the exciting things too, is like, if you do it at the beginning of your trip, you do get to wear the bling, like the rest of the rest
all the stuff you buy at the expo. You can't disregard that. You have all the new, shirts and jackets. Right.
But like, there's something really awesome about wearing your bling in the parks. Like, I will fully admit that. So yeah.
I will say, if she's a runner though, don't go. Here's the thing. Here's my best advice. And I'm not trying to be negative, but don't go changing your trip dates. I'd wait and just see what happens by like January and February and see like the status of the race. Cause right now I give it 50-50 best odds. I mean, I'm trying to just be honest. I hope
I didn't even want to touch that, Mike. I was going to say probably like a 20% chance.
I wouldn't change your vacation dates
yet. At this point, let's be perfectly honest. It's us. So it's canceled at this point. Yeah.
But still, organization.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, like, I just stay with your dates because those are the dates you picked and you're happy with that for your vacation. And then just kind of wait it out, because the thing is, you'll be able to probably shake them up a little if you want to down the line. And let's hope it happens. I mean, we're getting good news with vaccine studies and stuff. I mean, it's going to take a while, but at least, there's like a little pin light at the end of a tunnel.
Yes, there is.
It's not very big, but this is the time I want that, pin light to turn into a train that smokes me. Like, hey, boom, there's the good news for once. It's always the other way around. Okay. Last question of the day from our live chat from Katie. Is there a socially distant Anna meet and greet at Epcot? I saw one online, but wondered if it's actually a thing, or was it just a random person dressed like Anna that people were not allowed to do that at Epcot? You can't even do it at the Kingdom anymore. You could have for Halloween. Ricky, can you do social? Where is
it? Did I see something? I know that they have the caravans, and Anna and Elsa come by. They walk past you. Well, Elsa, I think, walks, and Anna rides in the carriage. So hey, she's queen, so whatever. So I have seen that, and I know, like, obviously you can take selfies that way. I don't remember. Something tells me that I might have seen something online this past weekend. Obviously, I wasn't on social media a lot this weekend because I was in the parks myself. But
that's your job.
Like, I wasn't reading the social media this weekend. I was on it, but like I wasn't reading it a lot. So
what are you doing?
Yeah. Enjoying the parks. What? Yeah.
So Tammy's saying she saw something about a socially distant meet and greet too. Scott, because you were going to jump in. Did anybody see that?
I was gonna give the same answer as Ricky did. Like, someone maybe just taking a selfie as the cavalcade went by. That was the only thing I could come up with.
I think I saw it. I'm trying to rack my brain, and I thought maybe I saw one in Norway in front of the area where the Royal Summer House was. So
it wouldn't surprise me, because they're putting characters up on stages and stuff.
And it was on a stage.
Yeah.
So I don't think I'm making it up. I think I did see that as well. So it's possible. Let's put it this way. It's possible there could be the ability to see.
It's easy to do. It's super. And the thing is too, with the cavalcades, what I've noticed is that the characters are very accommodating to like pause so you can get a socially distant selfie. I mean, that's the point.
Yes.
They're not just like flying by. If they see that you're trying to line them up,
they tend
to kind of look your way and give you a little smile. So
yes.
Good deal. All right, well, let's close this one out. And if you have more questions, we'd love to answer those next Wednesday as we continue on through 1,800 shows. Just send Mike at beourguestpodcast.com, put listener question in the header, and we'll put that right here in the queue. Don't forget, today's show brought to you by the great folks over at the Magic for Less Travel. They've been with us since the beginning. And let us do all these amazing shows. We'd love to help you plan the next vacation, whether it's for the holiday season here in 2020. I mean, Ricky's going to talk about it on Friday. There's great snacks. There's great decorations. There's background loops. There's Christmas trees. I mean, the Grand Floridian looks beautiful from what I've seen. I can't wait to get down there in a few weeks. I'm not staying there, but just check it out as I pass through. I know, Ricky, you are, so whatever. But I'll be at Caribbean Beach, so I'll be, steel drums. I'm a steel drum guy, so it'll be fun. So if you want to get down there and have a good time here at the remainder of 2020, I mean, what better way to close out 2020, right? To say, well, this year's been a bummer, but we got to go to Walt Disney World during the holidays. That's pretty awesome. We got a cool Christmas card picture. Or 2021, there's some amazing deals out there from January to April. So just drop by the magicforless.com, see all the great specials, see all the resort guides and so forth, and fill out that quote form. No obligation at all. Just get you some numbers, some availability, stuff like that. And just see if a trip's possible. Remember, I have guests right now. I'm working with a lot of guests Santa's helping them put a vacation under the tree. I'm just saying, I'm doing that a lot. And dude, I mean, okay, so 2020 has been a bummer, but I mean, if you get a vacation under the tree, bam, 2020 wasn't so bad. Just saying. So, and you could look forward to better times.
Hey, Mike has an end to Santa. I'm just saying.
I do. I mean, the big man,
He's got an end to the big man. So let's just.
We talk about our favorite cookies all the time.
Absolutely. 100%.
Cookies. It's kind of a triumvirate. Like it's Santa, Mike, and the Cookie Monster.
Exactly.
We have a group text going on.
I like it. Yes.
Oh, and just saying. Okay, so check them out at themagicforless.com. Also, please use our Amazon affiliate link. We do that holiday shopping. Let us help us out, and it's a free way to support the show. beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. And of course, thank you to our patrons. Hope you enjoyed the grocery store stories on Mike in the Midwest this past Thursday. I had some stories, and this Thursday, I'm not even sure what we're going to talk about, but it's going to be a lot of fun. Check it out, patreon.com/beourguestpodcast. Give us a follow on the social media, Instagram and Twitter at beourguestpod and at beourguestmike, facebook.com and /beourguestpodcast, and of course, youtube.com/beourguestpodcast. Give Scott a follow at Scott, and give Ricky a follow at Ricky Nibs. And get lots of content in your week. We have a good time. All right, we're going to be back again on Friday. Ricky's going to talk about her awesome weekend down at Walt Disney World. First question I'm going to have is, how was that cupcake? Can't wait. I saw the picture.
I have an answer.
I know. And the second question will be, how many things do you still have in your purse? We'll find out.
I have an answer for that as well.
Keep you hanging on, because we could do like an over-under kind of thing as to how many snacks are still in your purse. And it'll be a good bet. All right, we're going to get out of here. Stay safe, stay healthy. For Scott and Ricky, I'm Mike. We'll see you real soon. Let me save that one real quick.
Awesome.
I do have an answer to both those questions.
Here's a Mike in the Midwest topic, like the ultimate touring plan. We got where we could talk about, like, you guys make a visit to see Jose. Remember our friend Jose, Mike?
Oh, actually, Marlessa asked like top 10 things to do in the Midwest. Yeah. You're not from the Midwest. That'd be one. Go meet Jose.
Go meet Jose.
Rosalitas of Manchester and 270.
Yeah. Oh my God.
And had your daughter come take you.
We had to call up Paige to drive us.
Yes, we did, to go play putt-putt at Swing Around Fun Town.
Oh my God.
We went all the way to Fenton, Ricky, to play Swing Around Fun Town after having margaritas.
Oh, that sounds like a genius idea.
We went all the way to Fenton.
Oh my God.
But I
don't know. I was just sitting in the car enjoying myself. I don't know how far that we traveled.
It's pretty far.
It's not close.
No. Oh, that Brian would.
Did he get mugged on the bus?
No.
Did we put did we put a hat on that tower?
Oh yeah, we got a picture. Yeah, we drew because he had condensation.
We had eyes on him. Eyes on it. Oh
yeah,
man,
I'll find the picture. It's probably Google
so
photo.
Great.
Now they're charging us. Okay, Ricky, you ready?
I am.
Let's try to keep this one around 35. I'm starving. We
got a chicken cooking here. I'm getting hungry.
That sounds good. Okay, here we go. This is 1802. Welcome to episode 1802 of the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. I'm your host, Mike Rallman. Imagine that. Been doing this for almost 13 years, and I'm always here. Kicking off your weekend a bit early. You can check me out over at beourguestpodcast.com. Happy Friday to you. Hope you are having a great wrap to your week. And next week here in the States, hey, it's Thanksgiving week. So hopefully, I know that we're all working from home, right? So do we still get off maybe Wednesday? I mean, everybody's got to be off on Thursday, I hope. Friday's my birthday. I give everybody Friday off for my birthday on the 27th. I know Scott's heading down to Walt Disney World. He's doing it right. So let's have some fun. Let's talk Disney. And I get to go down in less than 3 weeks now. I got to find out about all the good stuff to eat. We talked about it over the past couple of weeks, but Ricky went down, took one for the team. We're going to talk about the snacks and holiday happenings, all the sippers that she brought home, and everything holiday season at Walt Disney World. So joining us, the star of the show today, we have Ricky. You can check out all the coverage over at themouseforless.com. What's up, Ricky? Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. And is it wrong that I was in Walt Disney World this past weekend? I will be in Walt Disney World next weekend, and then I will be in Walt Disney World the weekend after that. So
I mean, it's like that old song, like if going to Walt Disney World every weekend is wrong, I don't want to be right.
Exactly. So the only weekend I'll be home is this weekend. So I don't know. Yeah, it's a weird time right now, with the holidays and everything. And now that my family lives in Orlando, I mean, you gotta go spend Thanksgiving with the family, right? So headed down for that for sure. So yeah.
So we talk about was it Kermit that said if I didn't have, it was one of the Muppets that said if I didn't have bad luck, I wouldn't have luck at all, or something like that.
I don't know about, yeah.
I think it was one of the Muppets that said that back in the 70s. So I could have been at Walt Disney World last weekend too. And I had an opportunity to be down there and do some stuff. But we had a couple events. Mallory was cheering in the championship football game for our high school, right?
Yep.
Didn't happen.
Nope. Okay.
So I was excited because, Mizzou's playing Georgia, and I really Georgia had people suspended, people sick, people hurt. And I mean, just beating Georgia is a big deal, right? They're a pretty good team. I was excited. I had tickets. Yeah, no, that game didn't happen either.
Nope.
What did I do? I just stayed home with a migraine.
Yep. So I mean,
that's my luck.
Yes, exactly.
But you did get a new phone.
I did get a new phone because my old one was falling apart. And so now I can take pictures because I'm going to, and the good news is I cannot wait to use it at the Village for the Christmas lights, because this one will be able to take night pictures, which my old one couldn't do. I was so jealous because Mallory had a better phone that took night pictures and mine didn't. So, I think all dads have to have better technology than their daughters. That's my rule in the house. And she was above me for the last 18 months. So not good.
Also, I just want to share, because I saw a question earlier, so I just kind of want to give a little bit more information about the Give Kids the World event. So we will be there. It is December 5th. We will be there from 2 to 8. So it will be live. So we'll be on here on Facebook. We'll be on YouTube, all of that. And so we are going to be raising money for Give Kids the World Village. We'll be doing it 2 ways. One is through the auction, and you can bid on items and things like that. I have a ton of items, so thank you to everyone who has sent those wonderful, wonderful things that people have sent. I can't wait for you all to see them. I'm working diligently on getting photos of all of them and getting them uploaded so that you can bid on them. But the other way is you can, if you choose, you can make donations to Give Kids the World as well. We'll have a link available for that too. So you can do one of 2 ways or both, however, you want to do. If you want to bid on something, you want to make a donation as well, you can do that too. So I just, wanted to kind of share a little bit about how the whole process would work now, since, we have started getting some questions about it. So it's going to be a great day. I'm so excited that we finally get to raise some money for Give Kids the World, because as everyone knows that listens to this is such a place that's so near and dear to my heart. And of course, all the rest of us here at the podcast as well. But this is always my baby. But it's awesome that we're working with Magical Wishes for Kids this year as well. They put on the Indie Disney Meet every year. So, it's great to be partnering with them as well. So, and of course, the Magic for Less Travel is also a sponsor too. So I'm so excited to be able to help raise money for these kids. And I know that, of course, right now the Village is not officially open for, the children. So hopefully, obviously, with everything, hopefully they'll get to come back soon, sooner rather than later, because Give Kids the World is such an amazing, amazing facility. And I want those kids to be able to experience, Walt Disney World and Universal and Give Kids the World, because it is its own, own theme park in itself, basically, because they have rides and they have, putt-putt, and they have such an awesome water play area, and they have just everything is just so
I'm not getting on that swing on that Saturday. That swing made me on the hurl.
Yes.
Not getting on that swing.
No, that swing was awesome. Oh my god.
Oh,
that was
off.
So.
I will ride the little pedal ride.
Yes, fun. The pedal ride was fun too.
I did enjoy that. All right. We have Scott back with us. Hashtag Scotty G up in the mitten. Scott, what do you have planned for the weekend? Anything big?
Nothing big. We've already started doing some decorating here, so just kind of relax, try to wrap up some work, because next weekend we will be down in Florida. On your birthday, we travel. I did not realize Ricky was going to be down there either, so we might have to connect.
Yes.
But going back to a question you had on Wednesday's show, if you listen, there was a listener from the Midden who was asking about how can I still support the Magic for Less when I'm a DVC member and such. Well, we're staying on DVC and we're staying cash. So a week from tonight, we'll be doing a theme park room from the Contemporary that Mike helped book for us. So It's my wife's birthday that weekend. She doesn't know. She doesn't listen to the podcast very much unless if I'm listening to it. But I'm excited to have a theme park view room for a couple nights before we head over to Animal Kingdom Lodge.
That's awesome.
And so I got to say this, because this is my kind of luck too. And so we've been talking about this for the past week. You got one of the new phones too from, this amazing camera, but this would have happened to me. So when's your delivery date?
It is the 27th.
The
day I leave.
The day you leave, right? I mean, it's like the worst, like one day.
Yeah.
You got to solve that, because think of the pictures you're going to be able to take from that balcony. That is made like the night pictures from your balcony at the Contemporary. Oh. I
know. So two things could happen. I need to see if I can get a ship to like an Orlando Verizon store, or Mike, how about you just come early on your birthday and then I could use your camera.
Yeah, call my wife and we'll see what happens. Because I am coming down, but it's not that early. All right. So we are going to talk about Ricky's trip. She was down this past weekend and drove down, obviously, from Georgia, where she is in Atlanta. And Ricky, so where do you want to start? Where did you stay? What did you do? Just get the highlights for us so we can get excited, especially me. I haven't been there since August.
Of course. So we'll start with where I stayed first. So I did stay at Caribbean Beach. This was my first time officially staying at Caribbean Beach.
What's that mean? I mean, like just like, were you homeless on the beach?
Oh, did you sleep on like a bench or something?
I don't know. This is weird.
Actually, last year at Christmas, I pretty much was homeless and stayed at between Caribbean Beach and Riviera. Like I bounced between those two resorts while I was waiting for my Rise of the Resistance boarding pass to come up. So, I guess I did kind of was homeless that day. But no, so back in the day, I went on the Big Red Boat cruise. And Mom says that when we did that, it was like a package deal, of course, with Disney. And we stayed apparently at Caribbean Beach. I don't remember staying at Caribbean Beach. So that's why I said it was my first time staying there in quotes. So it's, yeah.
So tell us about the room. Where was it? What'd you think? Because I'm going to be at Caribbean Beach here in 2 weeks.
Yeah, so I was in the Jamaica section and building 42, and I thought it was awesome in the sense of like it was right there by the Skyliner. Like I just walked down the stairs and the Skyliner was right there. So if you're looking for easy access, like that's a perfect place to go to be staying. It was a little far from obviously Old Port Royale, but that's okay. The walk was fine. I do wish that they had built like another bridge to go over, but that's another time in another place. So
over troubled waters.
Exactly. Bridge over troubled waters at that point. So that would have been the only like nice thing. The other thing that I had trouble with is I don't know the resort that well in the sense of like, I don't know the locations. So I was trying to get through like my building to try to find Old Port Royale, right? Like the main area. And it was really difficult, like meandering through to try to find either my room back from Old Port Royale or, to go there. I feel like there's not as much signage as there should be like in the actual room sections to help explain where Old Port Royale and everything is. So that's my only like little takeaway is trying to find the fastest way to get places is not necessarily the easiest thing to do at this resort. So
I haven't been there since 2015. I stayed there for my first marathon. I fell down a flight of steps right before I ran the marathon, which was frightening. I thought I broke my ankle, which was wonderful.
That's awesome. Yeah.
You know what? I'm kind of excited because this is a resort that I don't necessarily kind of know my way around, like as much as I do all my favorites. So it's fun.
Yeah, it'll be really awesome. The rooms are really nice overall. It's definitely a step up from Pop Century, which is, where I'm usually staying if I'm not staying with Florence. So it was a really nice, they have the doors that shut, so if you need privacy for like the bathroom area, you can have that, which would be perfect for you, Mike. Like if you ever needed privacy from your family, you could just shut
all the time. I need like double doors, like a vault.
Yes, exactly. So that part's nice. I did feel like maybe the rooms needed a bit of a zhuzhing, but I mean overall I still thought that they were really great rooms. I very much enjoyed it. It feels a little bigger, obviously, than Pop Century, because of course this was the original Value Resort back when Disney, built Value. This was the first one that they had, and then it switched over to Modern. Yeah. So the rooms are definitely a little bit bigger, which is nice. And I very much enjoyed my stay there. Like I said, the ease of the Skyliner was just amazing because you walk out the door and then you can get to Hollywood Studios super quickly, or you can get to Epcot super quickly, or I went and met up with Mike, but listener Jillian. I met up with her and we had dinner,
I can't talk to her anymore. She lives in Kansas.
I know she does.
Almost Missouri. She's very close. She's in Overland Park.
Yes, she is. So, so I went and had dinner with her, and we went to the Riviera, and it was really easy to go over to there to do that. As far as COVID stuff going on at the resort, everybody's, wearing masks, walking around, even outside. And, of course, it's a little different with the food court, things like that. You do have to mobile order in order to order breakfast or things like that. So I did mobile order my breakfast while I was there. And they do still have refillable mugs. I bought a refillable mug while I was there as well because I drink a lot of coffee. So, but the difference is that instead of you refilling your mug, they have it kind of blocked off. And you basically show your mug, or if you have a cup or whatever, you give that to the cast member and you say what drink you want. If you have the refillable mug, they just give you a cup, overall. So you just kind of do it that way, and then they hand it to you and you go on your way. You can pour your coffee or whatever into your refillable mug at that point.
Let me ask you a question, Ricky, because this is kind of on that topic with the mobile order, because earlier this week, was it Josh Amaro or the guy that's in charge of everything? He was speaking at IAPA.
Yes.
And he was giving a presentation. He was talking about mobile order. And he said that it's up post-pandemic, because the park's open in July, that it's up from 9%. I think he said to 94% of the food is mobile ordered. Okay, sure. I was like, dang, that was my secret. That was my jam. I hate that. But I mean, the thing is, I get it now. But I love that nobody knew about it. But I'm trying to think, we mobile ordered every single thing we ate in August. I mean, can you go up to places and not mobile order? I guess you can somewhere.
So if you have dining restrictions or things like that, then you can't necessarily mobile order very easily. There's not really a way to, put in those dining restrictions of what you need. So there are some people who do need to go up to the cast member and place an order that way. So
okay, yeah. But he said that, and I'm like, dang, 94%.
No, but you have to remember, in the end, how many people will continue to use mobile order? I bet once, everything reopens back up again, and because, they'll reopen it to regular, the way it was before eventually.
That's right.
It'll go back to maybe.
That's right. Scott, everybody else should just go back to waiting in line and just, mobile order is horrible.
Maybe not 9%. Maybe not 9%, but so.
Cool. Yeah. And Beth says Yak and Yeti's quick service doesn't have mobile order. So there you go. There's various places that maybe.
Well, and Yak and Yeti is not actually owned by Disney. Right. So the quick service is actually owned by a third party.
I can go for that box of chicken fried rice right now.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Good
definitely.
Lord. Okay, continue. Okay, so we talk Caribbean Beach. So because we 30 minutes or so left. So talk to us about the important stuff: treats, events, stuff.
Of course.
Treats is the number. I like how treats was the number one thing on your mind.
Yes.
Let's get to the treats, because that is, of course, the most important thing. I had definitely my fair share of treats while I was there. When I went to the Magic Kingdom, I was very thankful that my brother and Kurt were with me because I got the Twice Upon a Cupcake, which was, for those who don't remember, the cupcake on top of a cupcake. And oh my gosh, I think this is probably the second best cupcake I've had at Disney. The first best cupcake I had was last year. It was like the Hocus Pocus themed cupcake, which again was kind of like a cupcake on top of a cupcake. This was awesome. The flavors were really, it was a really, I know a lot of people don't like this word. It was really moist cupcake. It had really,
I don't mind it. I mean, if it's a cupcake, it's good. I'll take it. Being dry.
It had really good flavor. Yeah, because Disney cupcakes can sometimes be a little dry. Good flavors. It wasn't overly sweet, which was really nice. And then, of course, if you cut it in the middle, you see the hidden Mickey that's inside. So that's kind of a nice little perk there. Also tried the holiday cinnamon roll, which was really good too.
Oh, so good.
Yes, it was so. I wasn't expecting it. It was more like, in a way, it was more like croissant like.
Flaky kind of.
Yeah. Really flaky and light. Yeah, I was like, dang, because Kurt's the one who got that, but he let me have a bite of it, and I'm like, I should have bought one of those for breakfast this morning. So it was really, really good, and it's in the shape of Mickey. So I mean, how can you go wrong? So that was really good as far as treats there. You can get both of those at the Main Street Bakery, and there is no mobile order option for that. You do have to stand in line for those.
Was it crazy? Because I mean, a lot of folks are going for these snacks. Like, how is it when you go into like the bakery where they have these specialty items?
So it depends on when you get there.
That's true. You're a late arriver. Yeah. Okay. Even
when I got there late, there was still a very long line to get into the Main Street Bakery because everybody's walking in and they're still wanting their coffee because that's, obviously Starbucks.
Yeah.
So with that being in mind, I didn't get mine until about like 1, 2 in the afternoon. That seemed to be the sweet spot. The line wasn't nearly as long at about that time. So that's kind of when I went in there, but they have the line outside, and then they have it pretty well sectioned off on the inside too. So, that you can socially distance. There's not like, it looks like a long line outside, but once you get inside, it's not super packed.
And the end of the line starts at the California Grill check-in desk, right? The Contemporary.
Yes.
The TTC. Yeah, exactly.
It's pretty much, yes. So, and then the nice part is like before, like everybody would just crowd waiting for their drinks. And now they have like little places where you stand with your party, so that when your drink is ready, then they'll call your name and then you can go and get it. But that was
glad I don't drink coffee.
Yes. So, the other treat that I tried at the Magic Kingdom was the Let It Snow taco.
Tell me it was good, because anything taco's got to be good. Don't break my heart here.
It's a taco. I use quotes again because it's really just 2 sugar cookies, a sugar cookie cut in half, and then they stick it on this. Look, this was not my favorite. It was fine. It said it was like a spiced chocolate, but it definitely tasted more gingerbready to me than anything else. So just kind of going with that in mind. It was good. Not my favorite, but it was fine.
I hope you didn't get one of those boring sugar cookies.
No. Well, okay. So
you need better things to put in your stomach. Don't waste calories on that.
There's a story with that though. So, so at Hollywood Studios, I got the frozen hot chocolate, which is amazing. Oh my gosh, it's super rich, very sweet. It comes with like marshmallows on top, and it comes with a glow cube. It's not like a cube, it's really just a glow. I wish they didn't have the glow, or you could get it without
suckers
buying. Like, I wish you could buy it, but since you have to mobile order it, there's no way to be like, can I just buy this without the glow? So yeah. So it cost me extra money because I had the stupid glow. And I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Like, it's just going to go on my Disney shelves, and I'm just
give it to Brian. That'll be like a stocking stuffer.
Yeah, here, I got you a little Mickey Mouse.
You can put it in his drink on the bus every day. Remind him of good times.
Yes, exactly.
Exactly what I was going to suggest, Mike. It'd be good for his traveling, his commute.
Yeah, totally.
100%, yes.
It was like Starbucks holiday cup thing.
Yes. So that was really good. I also got the red velvet whoopie pie.
Oh, holy cow. Stop.
Oh, man. This is what I need.
Hang on. This is not a whoopie pie. This is a freaking cake. This is
right. Even better.
Dude, I was getting disappointed there for a second. Like I had a tear like in the corner of my eye there for just a second.
I was getting sad.
I'm like, okay.
Give me the cake. I mean, I know you did Lady and Tramp like your food the other night. Me and Mike will Lady and Tramp this whoopie pie cake.
We're gonna need to because it's so big. I mean, it is the size of a personal cake. I mean,
I don't hear anything wrong with this situation.
The only thing is it doesn't have icing over the top of it because it is a layer of red velvet cake, then a thick layer of icing, and then another layer of thick red velvet cake. I'm telling you, this is a cake. You will want to share it. By the way, this is item number 1 that ended up coming home with me. So
I need to keep this as a regular item. So when you're doing the marathon, you're at mile 23 and you get one of these bad boys.
And I mean, the new iPhone came with a wide-angle lens. It's made for the big whoopie pie. That's exactly what it is.
I'm glad that one came home with you, though, Ricky. That's
half of it came home with me because I literally could not eat it all. Like, it was so big. So that came home with me. So Mike, you mentioned the sugar cookie.
Yep.
That came home with me as well. The reason being is that and the Olaf cupcake came home with me too. So the reason being is because very wonderful agent Emily, she was down there and she actually lives here in Georgia, and we kind of met up a little bit, and she had bought the cookie and the cupcake, and I'm not entirely, she wanted the glow Olaf, so she got the glow Olaf, and then she said, I'm just gonna throw these away, and I was like, well, don't throw them away. I will eat them. So, don't throw them away. That hurts.
Here's the thing, though. Okay, let me justify this. Okay, so the red like ornament looking sugar cookie it's boring at Walt Disney World because of everything it's up against. Now you bring that sugar cookie to Georgia or Missouri, all of a sudden it is fun at sugar cookie. It's all about geography.
It is, and it's a really soft, like it's kind of soft, like it's not like a hard crunchy cookie, like it's still kind of a little soft, so that's good. And I had as of this recording, I haven't eaten the Olaf cupcake yet, but I plan on it. So but yeah, so those 3 things are the 3 things that came home with me. So half of a whoopie pie, an Olaf cupcake, and the red the sugar cookie.
Half of a whoopie pie. That just like blows my mind still.
They wouldn't have a chance with me. That I'm bringing it. I'll be sitting at the gate at the airport like, I'm just gonna eat it.
Oh, so I would have eaten it, but I was already, when I got back to the resort, but I was already full because I went to Primo Piatto for dinner. That was the night I went with Jillian, and I had the awesome croque monsieur, just the best ham and cheese sandwich ever, and they're Parmesan truffle fries, which are just
God, those fries are so good. Those fries are
I don't even like French fries, and those fries are amazing. So yes.
Okay. Real quick. I gotta say, real quick story, because if you're bringing back snacks and you're flying, because I've done this, the one time was just really crazy, and I love Southwest. Don't get me wrong. But I was bringing back cake pops for the girls, right? Because it's like, I feel guilty when I'm all good until like I got to get back on the plane. I'm like, oh, I'm going home. I'm going to be in trouble. So I buy, walking out of the Magic Kingdom, I buy all these cake pops and put them in a little, that plastic clear, thing so they don't get crushed. And you can carry them onto the plane, right? Dude, the flight attendant was all like trying to eat my cake pops. Like, oh, you're going to give me a cake pop? Oh, you're going to give me, dude, like 4 or 5 times during the flight. It's only a 2-hour flight. I felt so bad. But I mean, like, dude, this is my get out of jail free card when I get home, lady. Like I want it. I understand. I want to give you a cake pop, but I didn't buy enough. So I'm just saying, if you're flying, you carry these things on, especially as beautiful as all these things look, buy extras for the flight crew.
Buy more. Yeah,
exactly. I'm just saying, be ready. Okay.
Buy 3 whoopie pies.
Exactly. And yes, I did pack them in Tupperware. I just want you all to know I did bring Tupperware with me, and I packed them in like sealed Tupperware. So they are going to be fresh and they're fine. So the reason that I did not eat a whoopie pie the day I left was because that was the day I went to the Animal Kingdom, and I went and got it was the pumpkin cookie ice cream sandwich. So that's at Dino Bites. And again, huge cookies with just a gigantic thing of ice cream in the middle, just like the Main Street Bakery, did, or not the Main Street Bakery, Hollow did with their cookies.
Remember, I saw a picture pop up on Google Photos the other day. Side, remember the churro ice cream sandwich?
Yes, exactly.
I totally forgot about that sucker till it came up. Go ahead.
So, this is again absolutely splittable. I ate probably 2/3 to 3/4 of this and then threw the rest away because I was like, nope, that's enough of that. It was really good. It had a good like pumpkin flavoring to the cookies. the only thing was they had like crunchy sugar granules on top, and I was like, that's just a little too much. I didn't need the sugar granules on top of the cookie that was already sweet on top of the ice cream. So that was my only.
Because that's for parents. So like when your kids are getting tired, like 4 or 5 o'clock in the evening, you just give them that and they're good to go till the park closes.
Yeah, exactly.
You know that.
So anyway, those are the snacks that I ended up eating while I was there. I did get through a good number of the snacks, which I was quite surprised about too.
I'm proud of you.
Did you post these on social media? Can like we go out and take a look at some of these photos?
Absolutely. They are on the Mouse for Less's social media account. So you can go take a look there if you want to see what they look like. So
awesome.
All right. So what cool stuff did you do? So
oh my gosh. Okay. Yes, we talked food. So the holidays are definitely in gear at Walt Disney World. And of course, they're a little bit different than they have been in the past. Obviously, with social distancing and things like that, they have the cavalcades, which they have special holiday ones at the Magic Kingdom, at Disney's Hollywood Studios, and at Animal Kingdom right now. At Animal Kingdom, they kind of like intersperse them, so it's not always a holiday one that you'll see. But a lot of times that it will be. At Hollywood Studios, they also interspersed it so that it was sometimes a holiday one. Got to see Santa, which was exciting.
He should be busy right now. He's got a lot to do.
I know he does.
He's resting. He's resting for the big day.
He is. But then at the Magic Kingdom, that one was pretty much all holiday because they basically take the floats from the parade that they have and they just put those in. So that was. If you're wanting like the holiday experience and you kind of want to see what the parades are like for the holiday, if you've never been during the holiday, like, because usually it's only during Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party that these come out. So it's kind of a good way to kind of see those, which is really cool.
I think it's super cool that they're doing that.
Yeah. I agree, because it's not, it's all sitting there anyway. It's right behind Main Street. Like pull them out.
And I love the cavalcades too. I think they're amazing. They're a great way to see the characters. They happen every 10, 15, 20 minutes or so. It depends. Did not get to see the Muppets though. I was super disappointed. I even waited for them to see if like the Muppets would come out.
You were just standing there looking up at the windows like, what's this girl doing? Like what's wrong with her?
It's totally just like staring like, Muppets?
No, that's just a window in Liberty Square. What
did I hear, Ricky, I don't know if you went to Epcot at all. Like, does Figment have like a new little outfit out there?
Was that not on social media? I don't think I saw that on social media. Are you kidding me?
Oh my gosh. Yes, he does. I did not go to Epcot this trip. I'm going Thanksgiving for the kickoff of the Epcot Festival of the Holidays. I'll be there on opening day. So I did not go to Epcot because of that, but I did see Figment have his sweater on, and oh my gosh, it's adorable.
Okay, it's a sweater. Calm down, people. Calm down. It's a sweater.
It's adorable. Okay. The Jingle Cruise is back, by the way. For those who did not know, and I have to tell you, I cracked up. Oh my gosh, some of the jokes that they said were so perfect. Very funny for the holidays. So if you have not been on the Jingle Cruise ever, you absolutely want to make sure that you hit the Jingle Cruise because it is so worth your time. It's so funny. So
Wireless.
I know. Oh my gosh. Yes, of course, you guys know my brother's name is at the end. Right. So yes. So
wait, that's like the Figment sweater. I don't think I've ever heard that story before.
I know, right? Those two things I have lots of parallels.
Anyway, for the holidays,
go ahead.
Anyway, for the holidays at the Magic Kingdom, they are so it's not like a castle show or anything like that. It's literally they are projecting different holiday decor on the castle, and they last for about 10 to 15 minutes. Actually, I think it was more closer to 15 minutes each. So you do kind of have to stand there for a while if you want to see all four of the castle projections. But there's one, it's kind of like a blue projection with holiday lights. There's the ugly sweater one. There's one that's kind of looks like gift wrapping with red and green. And then there's just one that's like really cute with like candy cane stripes and polka dots and things like that. So those are the four that you can see. I do wish that it happened like maybe every 5 minutes or, something like that. Cause standing there for,
But it's like a flyby thing, right? Like, okay, I'm going to ride Space Mountain. No, I'll come back by.
You can do it that way, yes. But if you really are there to see all of the, if you really want to see all of them, then you're putting some time in. So
Yeah.
So that's pretty much it at the Magic Kingdom as far as the holidays are concerned. At Hollywood Studios, again, Hollywood Studios is my favorite park, hands down, for the holidays. They do it right. They do it so well. Even the creepy children.
Those were creepy, but they're retro creepy.
They are retro creepy.
I was looking at that.
Exactly. It's Hollywood. It's retro Hollywood. You got to have some retro creepy in there.
True. Yeah, that's a genre.
Absolutely. So you got the retro creepy children. You've got the tinsel for Tinseltown, and then you have my favorite, Santa Gertie, who has her Santa hat on, and she looks adorable while she's out there. There's the big Christmas tree. There's all the vintage like Christmas decorations that are up there. It's fantastic. Another thing that I didn't know that they were doing this year, and you guys can tell me if you've heard that they're doing this, because I was surprised. So I was waiting in line for Alien Swirling Saucer, and I knew last year they had introduced like the holiday versions of those, but I didn't even think about the fact that they were doing them this year because I hadn't really heard anybody talking about it. Well, I
think they actually hung up Christmas lights in Toy Story Land.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. They are still doing the holiday version of Alien Swirling Saucer. It's every third song is a Christmas song. And there are only 2 different songs that they play. So you have to wait 6 songs to hear,
That's cool. I actually like those little like techno songs that they play on that ride. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah. It is awesome.
Did Buzz have his Santa hat then or no?
No, and he didn't have a scarf either. So that was disappointing. But did you guys hear that? Did you hear that they were doing the Alien Swirling Saucer like Christmas stuff this year? Because
if I dropped it in an MP3 file, I'm sure it wasn't a big deal.
Yeah, but you know how things
I do like it though.
You know how things go in the Disney community of, oh my gosh, you'll never believe what's back. Like I just feel like that would have been one of those oh my gosh things. But anyway, so and then when you go past Slinky Dog Dash, you could hear like the jingle bells as Slinky was riding past, and Jesse and Rex were talking about holiday stuff too. So like they definitely made it holiday-ish in Hollywood Studios there. So and then at night they did. So I thought it was going to be the projection show that they did the past few years, because those are again little vignettes and things like that. On the Tower of Terror, and it wasn't. It was the same thing that they did at Magic Kingdom, and it was just like they'd switch over the projection. So there were 4 different projections that they do for that too, and they just switched it over. And I think there was like with that one, I think it was like 5 minutes between each one. But I was like, oh,
did they have some Snope going on there too?
No Snope either.
No Snope. We need some Snope.
No Snope.
Snape.
Which was
I do love the decorations at Hollywood Studios, though. Sounds like this is very similar to the recent years, and it is my favorite. That tree is so gorgeous, like with the reflection on the lake there. Like I just love it. What were you gonna say, Mike?
So I got to ask you guys a question. So here's my situation, unless I go down early and crash with you, which that's
there
very.
You go. Let's do it
after we get done recording. But here's the deal: I'm only going to get one night, like one dark time, just that Friday night. Because Saturday night will be at the Village. Sunday, my flight's out at 5:45. So I'm only going to be in a park one dark night or one time when it's dark. Okay, so I have the choice between the Magic Kingdom or the studios. And I love the studios vibe. I'm all about the retro decorations. And I've never seen the Tower of Terror projections. I've never seen that. But the Magic Kingdom has more to do. All right. Like if I want to ride rides, do I go there? Because my flight gets in like at 1. So I could get the park by like 3. So, I could do a lot more at the Magic Kingdom, but God, do I miss out on the night vibe at the studios?
I got an answer for you, and that's add another night.
This is probably not going to be an issue, but I'm just saying right now as things stand, I'm torn because
that's a tough call.
Both parks at night with the decorations.
Yeah, both parks at night are great. It's just I know you personally, Mike. You are a Magic Kingdom guy. You love the Magic Kingdom. That always spells out Disney to you and Christmas to you. So I know your answer is going to be Magic Kingdom. Yeah. If you only have to do the one.
See, God, I hate this that I got to. This park hopping's got to come back.
I know that was kind of my biggest bummer this trip is that I really missed park hopping because. Hollywood Studios closed at 7, and Epcot didn't close until 10. So and with the ease of the Skyliner, I could have gotten over to Epcot so simply and been in the park for, another 2.5 hours and still gotten some good Epcot time. So that was kind of a bummer. Like, I really, really wish that they would add park hopping back because,
Maybe that's the next edition is going to be, you can't like go to 3 parks in one day, but you can make 2 park passes in a day.
Maybe. Yeah.
That's all. Santa, if you're listening, there we
Let's do that.
That's on my list.
Hey, we speak things into existence, so maybe we just spoke that into existence.
Negative.
No negative. Let's speak a positive into existence.
The whole world's paying for Google Photos. You're welcome.
Park hopping is back, baby. I don't know. Yeah.
Okay, so we got about 10 minutes left. So give us the highlights. Hit the high stuff.
So I also did a little bit of Disney Springs. Now, Disney Springs has their Christmas tree trail, but it's not the same as it always has been.
It's actually a stroll.
It's actually a stroll this year. Yes, exactly.
It's a light saunter.
It is a saunter. Yes. And I have to tell you, I like this so much better because the Christmas tree trail, I've been on it every year. Basically, they've had it, and it just like crams all the people in, and everybody's taking pictures of the same tree, and you're trying to get your picture, and it's just a big mess, and you got to wait for other people constantly and everything like that. With the way that it is now, because the trees are so spaced out, you can actually see them without having to be in the crush of people and really enjoy them and, not have to worry that you're in somebody's way or anything like that. So I think this is a genius thing. I think Disney should continue with this and not have the Christmas tree trail. They should really do the Christmas tree stroll. And I think they're doing if you find all the you get like a redemption thing. And if you find all the trees, I think you can take it into like a certain shop,
like a button or something.
And you get, I think you get. I didn't
get a bath bomb.
I didn't do it,
dude. That's my favorite thing. Like, give me a bath bomb all day.
Girls always want. That's why I have to go in there and always wash my hands with the grindy soap. Okay, real quick.
My favorite story.
Hot take. And I'm gonna see if Scott agrees with me. You mentioned the Christmas tree trail. I think that thing, the Christmas tree trail as it used to exist, was way overhyped. It just reminded me of like Lowe's meets Disney store. I mean, you're looking at Christmas trees. It's like going to Lowe's and going down the Christmas tree aisle. Like, okay, this one's Mulan. This one's, this Nightmare Before Christmas. I mean, I like Christmas trees, but I like going to a mall where like they're set up in the like little towns. Like, I like how it is now. It's way better. I mean, Scott, do you agree? Is it?
Oh my God, it's so much better now. Like,
yeah,
I didn't even go to it the last couple of years. Yeah. I just said forget it. Like, I've been there, done that, which is not normally my style, but with the Christmas tree trail, it totally was. I'm looking forward to this. It's going to be tiring though. It's smart by Disney too. It's going to get you all over Disney Springs. So it's going to get you shopping. It's going to get you to eating. Like, people are going to be spending way more money doing this trail because you can snack around the springs and look at the trees. Like, I don't know. Like, it's going to be awesome.
Agreed 100%. Because when you were just confined in that space, I mean, they made it better over the years. I mean, the first year it was just the trees. And then, the last year they added Santa in there and that was nice. And of course, Santa's not, meeting at Disney Springs this year, but then I'm
going to yell my list this year.
Yes, exactly. And then they had like a stand where you could buy things like hot chocolate and Mickey pretzels and things like that before. But you're right. If you can like stroll through and, grab a Mickey pretzel at one place and then you can keep going and then grab popcorn at another and a margarita at another, that's
take a break for some amarettes or something.
Exactly.
Buy some Ugg boots because your feet are cold.
Yes.
So won't be able to get your iPhone though, Mike.
Yeah, that's true.
You always say like there needs to be an Apple store.
There does need to be an Apple store. They do just think how many iPhones they would sell, and
I can have my phone shipped there instead of waiting.
Yes, and I mean, just think, my daughters always steal all my charging cubes and all my cords. Like, all the dads be in there. Like, my daughters stole all my accessories that I packed so carefully, and I need a new charging cord. They make millions. I'm just saying. Yeah. Go ahead, Ricky.
Yeah, I would.
You got 5 minutes.
All right. So the last thing I did was Animal Kingdom. And I'm happy to say that, last year, Animal Kingdom, they got all of their decorations and they got the awesome puppets. And they did a really good job with adding a lot to the park. And I was worried this year because I was like, oh, that poor park. They just got everything. And now they get it all taken away. But the good news is that the decorations are still up. They've done a fantastic job spacing them out throughout the park. Each land has its own like specialty themed decorations. So, in Discovery Island, it's those light up lanterns. You've got, the Dino Land area has like tinsel, and of course, dino stuff everywhere. It's definitely more kitschy, that kind of thing. So they have like Diwali in Africa, or not Africa, in Asia. So like they have it situated so that the park looks really good and really holiday-ish. So that part's really nice. Again, they have the flotillas there. This was actually my first time going to Animal Kingdom since the park reopened from COVID. I hadn't been there since. So it was my first time seeing the flotillas, they're cute. They go by really fast though.
Yeah, I like them though. Those are really cool.
Yeah, those are, again, something that I wish that they would keep moving forward. And then I'm trying to think of what else. That was pretty much it. That was pretty much it at Animal Kingdom, because I kind of went in for a flyby because I had to leave, to go home. So that was pretty much it.
Good. Well, yeah. I mean, you're going to be down, so we'll have coverage again with stuff that you get to do. And, of course, Epcot is turning the key on the holidays here in the next couple of weeks.
And this time I will be posting to the Be Our Guest page. So, you can find everything from Epcot on Be Our Guest. Now, if you want to see my photos from this last trip, you will have to go to the Mouse for Less's social media. So, just search for the Mouse for Less on pretty much everything and you'll find us. So, that's how you're going to find all the photos and videos and everything there. So, yep.
All right. Good stuff. Now I'm hungry for all kinds of sweets.
I know, right? Hey, I have a whoopie pie I can go eat.
Don't say it, man.
No, you're killing us.
I'm about to book a flight just for that.
I'm going to go get it. I see. Here's what I'm mad about, though. I don't have any more Hollywood Studios days in the rest of the time, like the rest of the trips that I have. Like, I could not get in Disney's Hollywood Studios because it's always the first one that goes. Yeah. So it's like, oh man, I can't get another whoopie pie. Scott,
I have two of them planned.
Scott, you may have to bring me a whoopie pie.
And am I looking to adding a third, because I really want to try this book of Rise Resistance at the airport thing.
Yes. So just bring me a Tupperware whoopie pie. It's fine. I'll eat it when we're there. Yes.
That's the good news with the podcast and our thousands and thousands of listeners. We'll somehow.
When I give kids the world, just bring me the whoopie pie, Scott.
People that are in
for a donation to the village. Yes, I will.
I will gladly donate to the village if you give me a whoopie pie.
Whoopie pies need to be at our table 2 to 8 on December 5th, and we will love you forever.
What's an hour? Well, at the top of the hour, we'll have to devour another
whoopie pie.
You feed me whoopie pie, and I'll shut up, and I won't talk. I'll just be eating whoopie pie forever. All right, thanks, Ricky. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Of course.
All right, don't forget today's show brought to you by the great folks over at the Magic for Less Travel. Check them out today. They're going to help you plan that next vacation, whether it's down to eat all the snacks, see all the Snope, see all the Gerties with Christmas hats, and Buzz may even get a Christmas hat before long, who knows, and a scarf for Woody and all that stuff. So get down there, check out the holidays. And if you want to go in 2021, you can put a great trip under the tree. Great, amazing specials from January to April of 2021. Just see all the details over at themagicforless.com. Also, please use our Amazon affiliate link when you can during the holiday season. It's a free way to support the show. Just click through one extra click, bookmark it on your devices. beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. And a huge shout out to our patrons. You guys are awesome. Again, carrying the show here where travel is down a bit. We're going to make it through, and it's because of you guys. So if you'd like to become a patron, get some extra content in your week, like Mike in the Midwest, just go over to patreon.com/beourguestpodcast. Also, give us a follow on the social media, Instagram and Twitter at beourguestpod and at beourguestmike. And give us a follow and ring the bell or slam the bell or whatever they say on YouTube and Facebook. Subscribe so you know every time we go live and all that good stuff. I think that's it. So we're going to get out of here and wish you a great weekend. For Ricky and Scott and Pam in spirit, I'm Mike. Wishing you an awesome weekend. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you real soon. Did you see I got to post on Instagram during the show?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I just commented on yours. So.
Okay.
Oh, God. Okay, well, I appreciate you guys.
Of course. Yeah. Yes. All right.
Mike, shoot me a message, man. I'm going
to look at the flights and see what I can figure out.
I can make it happen.
I'll text you later tonight.
All right.
And hey, shout out to Wade. He just got here. What up?
Yes.
What up, Wade? Another half marathon in the books.
What is up?
All right. I'm out. See you guys.